All right, Archangel Gabriel sent me a supernatural message today with birds and stuff. You got to listen up. Now, you're going to be hearing lyrics I wrote in 92 because that was a prophecy. Gabriel gave me that as a timepiece. I didn't know what was going on back then, but I totally know what's going on now 26 years later. So even you hear me say the word soar in the in that song, because soar, birds soar, is all about birds, because birds are symbolic in the Bible for these fallen angels that are in human bodies, but they're about to be free. They've had their 400 years of captivity, Genesis chapter 15, so they're about to go back to being angels. So we talk all about that, show you in the Bible what's really good, what's about to happen. And even I say wigs of cabbage. Well, wigs can be like a woman's hair, a wig. That's Revelation chapter 9. They have hair like women because their hair is most important to God in the Bible because they represent these Hebrews. That's why they're heir to the kingdom. Heir to the kingdom, heir to the kingdom. And they're in the air because they're birds. They soar in the air. You understand etymology, boy? This is how close we're getting to it. We just about out of here. Trying to wake y'all up before it's too late. And then when he says wigs of cabbage, you have to remember, I know like corn was a food that these godly people, that's why the Bible talks a lot about corn. But I'm saying I believe cabbage was too. I believe cabbage was too because just I know the song. See, this song that I wrote came from Gabriel. That's why it was so different than anybody else I did on the song. That song came out of nowhere, and it was just eerie as I don't know what. And it was all about murder and all kind of crazy shit. But that's because that's what's about to happen to the enemies of these Hebrews. So you need to check this out. Other stuff I'm going to talk about in this video as well. God bless. All right, I might make this into one longer video. I don't know. It's a lot going on. Just minding my business in the bathroom, and I hear all this noise coming from outside the house. So I said, "Is that the squirrels?" And I'm looking out the window on the deck, thinking somebody's out there, but I don't know what to expect. So when I go out there, it's the fucking birds, the black birds, and they were all out there. Even when I looked out the front door, I saw that ugly black dude walking that dog. So I hope that was some type of message that they're going to take care of him. I don't know. But anyway, so I go to the back door. You know, then when I went to the bathroom, then the back door, I hear some noise. So I go out there, and the black birds. Now, the crow, I used to think the crow was the bigger bird, black bird, but it's not. The crow is the smaller black bird, and the raven is the bigger black bird. So these were black birds. I'm pretty sure they were like ravens and blackbirds family. But for some reason, they were like literally doing something in the gutter. But they did a great job almost. Like they cleaned the gutter. There's still stuff up in there. If I hadn't bothered them, they probably would have cleaned that whole gutter out because they threw all them leaves that were in the gutter all out. Like if you're cleaning the gutter, that shit, I've never seen that shit before. So I'm thinking, see, those birds are called tricksters because they will play. They will try to break in your house. They will break shit on purpose, and they're highly intelligent. So I'm taking that was a message from Thoth, the trickster, because this shit. See, something's about to happen. I'm gonna try to explain it to you, but I was trying to avoid this because it's gonna take a minute. But in this video, I'm gonna give you the lyrics I wrote in 1992 or 93, and these lyrics were from God or Thoth, and they're coming true now because I think something's about to happen. And if you're not sure the whole Thoth connection, you can go to Louis J. Armstrong. He talks about the angel of the Lord and Trump and all that. So all these are connections to Thoth, and he's the guy that's been running things for a long time. And even in the Bible, when it talks about give no thought and all that, they're talking about Thoth, Thoth. And even when it said I am Thoth, I am. So you say I am that I am, but it's I am Thoth, I am. So even Louis J. Armstrong knows that. So for people that really study, you know. But I don't know if Louis J. Armstrong knows who Thoth is in the Holy Bible. But he is the angel. He is the angel with the trumpet. So Louis J. Armstrong is very close, but he's just missing that pertinent information. And that just shows you I'm a little higher up the chain because I know that information. It's just the way it is. You don't have to believe it. It's still the reality. You could believe you're the most beautiful person on the planet. That doesn't mean it's true. I always come with those facts. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you the message that Archangel Gabriel, aka Thoth, wants you to know, because we're at the point when something significant is going to happen, especially for the real melanated people, which are the real fallen angels here on earth in human bodies, but also for their enemies that have kept them in captivity in terrible conditions for hundreds of years. And I'll be back in a second. Okay, many years ago in this neighborhood when I was a little child, a little kid, there's a female named Tammy. Now, I always felt connected to Tammy. I've shown you pictures of Tammy, and she's always been fond of Doberman pinchers. But that's because in her past life, see, she has a connection directly to Anubis or Anpu. And he is a Seth. He's Seth. He sits on the throne of hell. Now, just like Snoop Dogg, see, that dog is the Sirius dog star. But the Sirius dog star, also called Isis, also reminisces Seth, the person who sits on the throne of hell. And when you get into the divine feminine and the divine masculine, you have to realize anytime a masculine is allowed, he's allowed to sit on the throne. Even in Jesus' Bible, when they came up to the resurrected Jesus, they said, Hail. Because they're talking about that Hail or a Hell or a Hail Mary. The divine feminine will always rule over the throne. That's why her womb is connected to. Even in the book of Proverbs, her womb is connected to the depths of hell or the darkness, whatever you want to call it. In that bottomless pit of Revelation chapter 9, that's why they have hair like women. Because that woman sits on the throne of hell. And this is why when they found a woman in the act of adultery or act of fornication, and they told Jesus, we have to stone her according to the law, he bowed down and put his finger back into the dirt, which is symbolic of going back into the depths of hell. That's why they bury you in the dirt. And what do they do? 6 feet, because that's her number. Any 666 is her. Any number 6 is her. Planet Venus has a direct connection to her. Planet 6 is also the number of Venus. So when you are really connected to this, like I am, you're going to have a connection with the divine feminine. And that's really who's teaching you all this. But you have to understand the mystery of Osiris. Even the great master teacher Bobby Hemmett taught you that the great Osiris was a woman. But I'm trying to tell you that the great Osiris wasn't necessarily a woman. The great Osiris was the epitome of the androgynous, just like Gabriel is, the female and the male. And you see this in the Bible when you know how to study it the right way. Whenever they talk about Jesus, a lot of times they say witch. But witch in the Bible is feminine. Our fat her, which art in heaven. Hollow is the divine womb, or the underworld, the bottomless pit, the well. The woman at the well at the 6th hour, John chapter 4. So you have to know these things in order to understand the Bible and understand what's really going on the planet. Otherwise, you got a bunch of garbage that may seem like it's reality, but it's not the ultimate. See, I'm speaking ultimate what's about to happen. And believe it or not, as much as people think the Bible is outdated and won't be that powerful, this God that's coming is going to be using that Bible to judge. And that's why I said the enemies will be put down and guys like me will be raised up. Easy. So that's why you want to have a spiritual walk in the spirit, because that's the only thing that's going to last. God is a spirit, and those who serve him must serve him in spirit and truth. And that truth being that word, but also that truth is also that Messiah. So these are things you have to know. So the bird message, a lot of things could be said. It's a lot of things going on. But I take it that that bird message was from Thoth, the ruler of the birds, also known as Morrigan. You guys remember Morrigan? I've talked about her. Look her up, Morrigan. She has the birds, the black birds. Moorigan. That's Morrigan. But that's still a connection to Thoth. And also Thoth is connected to Mercury, Hermes. He's also a poet, a writer. Some of your greatest writers and things, they were connected directly to Thoth. That's why they tell you that Shakespeare had a lot to do with writing the Bible out. They even say you can find his name in it. In the Bible, you can look that up online. And as you know, the Egyptians were always connected to birds, because remember angels. Angels are considered birds in the Bible, symbolic. Thoth is known as the ibis god, and he is usually depicted with the head of a bird, known as ibis. The ibis was a sacred bird to ancient Egyptians. Various kinds of ibis can be seen today in parts of Africa, North Africa, Australia, Asia. So when you have birds coming to your crib like that, and they threw all that stuff down on the deck, but they also threw it down on the garage, on the basement. It's almost like they were cleaning your gutter out for you. I've never seen that before in my life. Ever. And then they were all flying by and things like that. It was almost like the Alfred Hitchcock movie with all those birds. So the god Thoth as an iblis with the goddess Mayat. Remember, Mayat is Libra, and that's where your moon is, right? Your new moon is going to take place in Libra on the 8th at 11:47 p.m. And I just did a video for that on my channel, Archangel and Revelations and Prophecies 444. So you can't make this up. You either choose to believe it or don't believe it. So here we go. I'm going to give you the song I wrote in 1992, 1993-ish. I had just been through a lot of hell. This is when God gave me the name Gat. And definitely one of the most creative pieces of work I ever did. But again, remember, I just told you, it's over 26 years old. But you got to listen. That's why you got to really listen, because it's a prophecy in it about what's about to happen. And this is why the name Bobby is so important, because God comes as a thief or a robber in the night. And Hoover, the guy I grew up with named Hoove, used to always call Bobby the Black Hebrew. This is about the Black Hebrews. See, all this stuff, if you're really people of God, everything about you is going to be metaphysical or prophetic or esoteric. Just like anything about Jesus is going to be the same thing I just said. When Jesus looked up at the sky, he wasn't just looking up at the sky. He was looking up at the sky for a reason. When Jesus sighed, there was a reason he sighed. When Jesus blew and raised these people up, there was a reason. When he took clay from the earth and did some type of healing work, there was a reason. Everything he did was for a reason. This is how the Egyptians have always operated. Everything's a symbol, everything's whatever. So, I need you to listen, because I'm about to tell you a whole lot of history. It's not just me writing a rap song. This is how the song starts off. Was in the park, keeping to my own. Now that park, in your Bible, you think the park was a great paradise. I tend to believe that because it was called the Garden, G-A of Eden. See, Daniel was thrown in a den of lions. And remember, Satan is called the lion as well. Jesus is called the lion. So I really believe that that location was already a form of hell. Some form of hell, some form of holding cell. And they would have gotten out had they obeyed. Just like you guys would get out of third dimensional if you obey, but you don't. You love third dimensional too much. Especially these fake ass so-called Christians. So they ain't going nowhere. If anything, they're going lower. And I'm telling you, listen to this Eminem's song about Venom. He kept, in a couple of his songs, he kept talking about aliens and all that shit, because he knows what's about to come. And the Grox 1 tells you the same thing. And the Grox 1 studied all this shit. See, Revelation 19, where they call those birds to eat the people up, that's about to happen. Because RFG Chosen One is correct. You're either going to ascend into a different dimension, which is the new heavens and new earth, or you're going to be liberated with this. And why is that angel standing in the sun? Because first they're coming to eat your bodies and drink your flesh and all that, and then the sun is going to burn everything that's left and destroy. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 7 and 12, Revelation 19. How can you avoid it? Walk in the Spirit. All that information is on the spiritual channel on YouTube. I gotta go get something. I'll be right back. I must say those birds did a great job cleaning the gutter. I never saw that shit before. Every day I think I've seen everything. I just keep seeing new shit. They actually did a great ass fucking job of cleaning the freaking gutter. Thanks, God. Thanks, ruler of the birds. Now when I say gutter, of course, I'm talking about on a house, if you don't know what I'm talking about. On your roof, when everything leaks off the roof, it goes into the gutter and then comes down through the whatever drain. Well, those birds, I'm not saying it was the same birds, but years ago, those type of birds tried to break in his house. So they owed me anyway. All right. So was in the park keeping to my own. Pussy sprayed nines like real fine cologne. Now this was and just to let you know, this is copyright. I will come for your ass if you try to steal my lyrics. This is 1992, so remember 92-ish, 93-ish. You got West Coast mentality is all over the earth right now. All over, America or whatever. Probably in foreign countries as well. But you don't hear what I just did. I'm talking about the park, keeping to my own. Pussies. Okay, so now you went from there to the divine womb. See, what I'm trying to tell you is this is from Gabriel. This is from Thoth. But in this, he gave me a prophecy as well as a time chart that I'm trying to tell you. Because I was told in 2014 to keep an eye on Bobby's, it's his uncle, but he raised him like a father. Keep an eye on Bobby's father. And we'll talk about what that all entails. Pussy sprayed nines like real fine colognes. And the 9 is always the end. Because Jesus died at the 9th hour. The 9 is the end of everything. Pussy sprayed nines like real fine cologne. But those rookies didn't know the time. They killed Nadine. Now I was going for mine. And if you heard me, Nadine was this girl I grew up with. Same age as me. Because I tell you, even when I was younger, a lot of my communications with females is eye contact solely. It's not even communication. And me and Nadine used to just stare at each other. We never talked because I was like a goofball. I was like a nerd. No, they're not going to talk to me. But Nadine was like a prostitute. She was young as shit, but she was actually having sex with older men and all kind of shit. I don't even know if she was a teenager. But we never talked. As far as I remember, we just stared at each other. But I don't think me and Nadine ever really had a conversation. We just would sit there and stare in school. But there was definitely a soul connection because I know I used to dream about Nadine. So that's why I chose her. Keep in mind, I don't know why I'm using these people when I'm writing a song. I'm just being inspired. Because remember, I didn't see Nadine again to 1998 or something. When I was hanging out with Mike B. Like 96, 97. But I wrote this song like 92, 93. So I hadn't seen Nadine. See, she doesn't even know I wrote a song about her. And if you didn't hear, when I saw Nadine, I was with Mike B. Because Mike B was a real street dude. So I was hanging out with Mike B one night, and he took me to a whorehouse up the street from where because he lived off the Ave. And when I went in there, we just sitting around on whores and shit. And then Nadine came out. As soon as I seen Nadine, me and her was all hugged up and shit. Because she already knew. But keep in mind, me and her never talked. We never had a conversation. It was all eye contact from childhood. Everything I'm telling you is real. She had beautiful green eyes and shit. A black chick. She was a caramel. Kind of like, she had really unique skin. It's kind of like lighter brownish, lighter caramelish. But she had these beautiful green eyes, and I would just stare at her as a kid. And we would just look at each other. We would never talk to each other. So as soon as we seen each other, we knew, like, yeah. But that's because that was a soul connection. So Mike B would like sleep with her. But I was like, nah, man. Regardless, she done slept with everybody. I ain't trying to catch no package and shit. See, all them niggas is dead for the same reason. Mike B did. Craig B did. Craig. C-Mac. C-Mac is dead. So, but that's because, they love the pussy too much. And I'm going to tell you, all this is about the dickhead. But why is it about the dickhead? Because you got to understand what happened when Jacob, the father of Israel, the Hebrews, he had a fight with that angel. And it was all about the seed. And when you really study, you can go to Iphany lectures. Because even he'll tell you that was more about the dickhead. Because that's where your seed's coming out of. It wasn't just about your thigh. See, whoever wrote that Bible kind of changed it up. But it was really about the dickhead. Because that's the seed. And the Garden of Eden was about the seed as well. It's always about the seed, which are these fallen angels. And they used to be one with God, but they had a falling out with God. And God sent them down to earth to be victims of white supremacy. So you have to read Genesis chapter 15 as well as Deuteronomy chapter 28. See, because they are exactly what God was. God is the melanin. The essence of the God particle is 666. It's not the enemy. It's the people of God. But the whites who took over, they changed everything evil. And that's why you have to listen to get it through your head. Otherwise, you're going to keep on reciting that bullshit. But that bullshit's about to burn in the fire. And if you keep reciting it, you're going to burn with it. Even Paul Bagley told you about the God particle, dark matter. So even he knew. And what does he start to show off with? Are you serious? Are you? Because he knows. He knows some hidden knowledge. He knows who Sirius is. Sirius is Isis. But really, if you go deeper, Isis is that Seth or Set, that ruler that sits on hell. Somebody just did a video because they said her rod. He said her rod is sitting on the throne burning in hell. But that doesn't make any sense. How can you be sitting on the throne and burning in hell? You can only be sitting on the throne if you're ruling in hell. And I'm trying to tell you, if you study your Bible, that's exactly what it is. So I go from talking about being in the park and all that, and I go right to the divine womb. But those pussies didn't know the time. They killed Nadine. Now I was going for mine. So Nadine is just setting in the park and everything's beautiful. This dude's in the park, beautiful park, with this woman he cares for, or whatever, maybe loves, who knows. But they opened fire on him. So somehow they didn't get him, but they killed her. They killed Nadine. Now I was going for mine. Let off 16 and 1 in the clip. Okay, but 16 again is a metaphysical number. And remember, I just did a natal chart with a lot of 16s in the numerology. So I looked up 16 and said wholeness. Well, 16 is, again, 4 is the number of angels. Well, 16 is 4 times. So almost like even saying 44. Because that's what Jay-Z said. Jay-Z says Club 440. But 440 is 44. And 16 is 4 times. This is all angelic mathematics. These are the real people of God. But then I said let off 16 and 1 in the clip. Because everything becomes one with God. Everything was one with God till it rebelled and God separated it. And that's duality. But now God is about to bring everything back to singularity. This is why they took the Twin Towers down. Twin Towers represented duality. It had to be destroyed and then brought back up as one tower. All this shit is what you would call Egyptology. But at the end of the day, it's all angelic science. And whenever you hear the word Trump, you're dealing with an angelic authority. That's Gabriel's authority. So you can believe that, or you can just look at what you see and go, oh man, no. Like common sense. Just listen to somebody, like listen to Venom by Slim Shady. Just listen to what they're telling you. All these people have taken an oath. And when they take the oath, they get inhabited by these spirits. And that's why they're all doing hand signs and all that. So they're telling you what's about to happen. And if you listen to the Grox one, he's telling you what's about to happen. But for some reason, people want to continue to be stupid. Like it ain't going to happen. So I feel like if you're not waking up, it's probably because you're going to be food for these so-called aliens or whoever's coming. Because John chapter 6 talks about eating flesh and drinking blood. Talking about manna that fell from heaven. That manna represents angels. Fowls of heaven and birds. Pussy sprayed 9s like real fine cologne. But those rookies didn't know the time. They killed Nadina. I was going for mine. Let off 16 and 1 in the clip. Killed those pussies. 4 bullets through their lips. I wasn't finished. There was 3 more. Stooping low inside the 4 doors. Now, when it talks about kill those pussies, again, the divine womb, because any angel represents the divine womb. They're messengers of God. God is the divine womb. Kill those pussies. And otherwise, they lost their authority. Because that's what she did. She booted them down to earth. Kill those pussies. 4 bullets through their lips. Why the lips? Because they can't talk no more. Plus, when you think about pussy, you think about pussy lips. That's why your lips are built the way they are, because you used to be a spokesperson for the divine womb. That's the darkness that everything came out of in your Bible. But they got blown, their lips got blown the fuck out. Now keep in mind, I wrote this in 92. I didn't know shit about metaphysics. I didn't know shit about esoteric. So this is not me. That's why I said, if you heard that, this was the most eerie thing I ever wrote. The song was so fucking eerie, the woman I lived with wouldn't listen to it. She was like, why would you write something like that? And I never knew why. Until I seen Bobby sitting in the car, stooping low. Just now, 2 days ago. And then all of a sudden it came back to memory. But I was told that his father was a timepiece. His father is Dick, but even his last name is Payne. Why is it Dick Payne? Because if you read your Bible, that's what the angel did to Israel when they were fighting. He didn't just grab his thigh and all that shit they wrote in the Bible. Even if Epiphany lecture says it wasn't the thigh, he actually grabbed his dick. It's about the fucking seed. And also, which y'all call Hebrew, the real Hebrews, not the fake stuff they try to tell you, the real Hebrews that are in captivity, still under white supremacy. So when it says dickhead and all that, they're coming for the seed. And remember, his father was a white man. His uncle or whatever, this man married his aunt because his parents had died. And these are probably some of the reasons why he's messed up. And I think he's a little messed up now because his father died. So I think that's kind of messing with him. So now when I see that dude, he's acting all weird and all that. But it's probably because of those reasons. But still, this is prophetic. And that street I'm talking about that he's on, I'm not going to go over that again. But that's a whole lot of metaphysical stuff, strange stuff. Things coming in portals and going. I've seen all this. So we're all connected through unique systems of numerology and sciences. And there's people that know all this. Just like if you're a genius and you build this unbelievable electronic structure, but you built it hand up, you know everything. So somebody else will be all confused and dazed and don't get it. But if you're the engineer, you built all of it. And like I said, it's all connected. And if humans spent more time growing instead of being third dimensional, they would learn how to manipulate it themselves. Just like you'll see something coming out, reality, all of a sudden, and then it'll just disappear. Because those people have learned how to manipulate shit. Or sometimes you be in one reality and you just fucking fall into another one or whatever. Like somebody will dump it. So like if you thought you saw somebody and look again and they ain't there and shit. And then you think that was like an angel or some type of spirit. Might not be none of that. It might just be somebody came from a different reality real quick and then fell back into their own. Because all that shit is thought. That's the secret. Everything is God's thought. God is the only reality. Everything else is what they say creation or creator. But really all that is God's thought. And then they'll say mouth because they say he speaks it into existence. But when he starts talking about his mouth and he's talking about these messengers or these angels. And we have a whole lot of them on planet Earth right now as melanated people. And some people think this is racial. It's not racial. Because who knows what color you were in a previous life. But if you're being drawn to this information, you're probably one of these people I'm talking about. Otherwise, you wouldn't be drawn to it. So now I got to remember, if I can remember the rest of this. I wasn't finished. There was 3 more. Stooping low inside the 4 door. Fucking horror, motherfucking silly rabbit. I get so like Billy Martin start shooting wigs of cabbage. It's a habit wherever I go. The night ends with a tub of blood flow. So again, why a tub? Now I'm pretty sure I know why I said tub because back then, what I was trying to do, I was trying to reminisce horror movies. Like Halloween and Red Rum and all that bullshit that I saw when I was younger, like in 79. But now this is 92 and 93. So of course it was always somebody getting killed in a tub somewhere, the tub full of blood. So that made sense for the song. But the tub is also the purging or the washing, the cleansing. And the blood flow is all these people dying. But also the blood will always be the Messiah. Because his people won't die. Anybody that has a Messiah. And he also died for these Hebrews. See, if you understood the Old Testament, that's what all that was about. They had the testimony and they had something else. Like the altar. Now, why was it the altar? Because those people had to go through God's judgment, God's fiery judgment, the furnace. They had to go through white supremacy and all that. So the priests were told to pour the blood of the animal on the testimony, but that's the Christians. But it wasn't until later on that they poured the blood on the altar, because those people had to burn first. They had to go through white supremacy. All this shit is real. That's why I said when you know it, you know there's a hell. And that's why I said I got to start moving the way I move. Because I'm teaching, but ain't nobody learning. Ain't nobody supporting. So these motherfuckers is destined for hell. And what you really have is a bunch of groupies that are following you for the wrong reason. And that's why some of them talking about meat and all that shit. What part of that? What part of anything I've been teaching since I've been has anything to do with any of that? You're still in third dimensional. You're still sad and lonely. But you're sad and lonely because you won't do what you should be doing, which is walking in the spirit. Because you want the easy way out. But you ain't going to get the easy way. In fact, it's going to get more harder on you if you don't get your shit together. And you can run all you want, but once you come into the teaching, you can't run. You're going to be bound by the teaching you came under. And I knew the rest of that, but I don't remember the rest. And plus, I already talked about it. Plus, I was talking about them helicopters, but that's my point. Helicopters are made in the image of those black birds that was just here. Like, that's how they got the idea to make helicopters from these black birds. But this is all Gabriel, all Thoth, all Hermes, all Mercury. Because that's in the song, too. When he said, put the hoodie up. Now, keep in mind, remember, this is years before Eminem. There's no Slim Shady in 92, 93. But all the shit he rapped about when he came out, I rapped about that shit then. Your girlfriend and all that crazy stuff. And now he's wearing a hoodie a lot. Even in this video, he's always got that hood up. And that's what I said in this song about the hoodies. But see, you got to remember, hoodies represent like priests. Like Celtic priests and stuff like that. And there's a reason why you call your neighborhood. And even Dolo just broke that down in a new video. Because me and Dolo are always on the same wavefront. So he just broke down what neighbor really means and shit. And you gotta remember, like, there's a reason why Ku Klux Klan wore hoods. And that's why I said you have to remember, Eminem was allegedly a white, like he was a German, and he hated black people. And that's why some people say we all being lied to. Because he said, I'm not down with that nigger's music. I'm not down with that nigger shit. So somehow out of nowhere, he became friends with Proof. Now all of a sudden, he's battling and defeating black people who rhyme. And all of a sudden, he's blowing up as a sensation among these people of color. And then he did diss Trump, but somebody says that was some Freemason shit. And they say if you just watch the video, he's using Freemasonry magic and hand signs and shit. In other words, you're being conned. That is still white supremacy or whatever. I don't know. Some of these things you have to look out yourself. So like I said, I really don't remember the rest, but I remember I talked about the helicopters. He saw the helicopter, so he put his hoodie up. And then he got to a phone call. He called. One day I'm going to find the lyrics. I'm going to find that song or whatever. Because I was just saying it, though. I almost said the whole song. I only didn't remember the last part of it, but I said the whole song the other night. So I'm going to put this on pause real quick. See, I'm trying to find when I first mentioned Bobby's name. Because I never, even the way I wrote it, it's like they opened fire on him. They didn't kill him. They killed Nadine. But then he opened fire But the main person he killed, see, it was 4 dudes in the vehicle, 2 up front, 2 in back. So this song you really had to, because I was trying to write in such a way. Let me think. Yeah, that was even before Biggie came out. So that's how ahead of my time was. Because the way I wrote on that song was the way Biggie wrote when he came out. But Biggie didn't come out around into the hood till like around, what, 95-ish, 96-ish and shit. When he started blowing up with Juicy and then Ready to Die. So I was already writing it. That's why I said I was inspired. That song was not from me, dog. Because I wrote that song as if you was watching a fucking movie. That's how Biggie wrote. And it's not that I'm bragging or boasting. I already just told you. Because I don't even remember when I first mentioned Bobby's name. But if you listen to the song, like some of these songs you gotta listen to. Because you could tell that was like the first dude I killed was him. And then it was 3 other motherfuckers that was they were stooping low. Because they came for war, but they wasn't really ready. And basically they rolled up on a motherfucker that was nice. He was nice with them tools. And they shooting, they trying to kill him. They don't kill him, they kill his girl. And that motherfucker just went berserk. So the first thing he did, he like emptied out 16. And then one in the clip, and I guess he killed Bobby, but then he had to get closer to kill other, and they was duping low because now they don't want no war. Like they trying to find a way about that motherfucker. And he actually went up to the car and finished the job, and all 3 of them. So I'll probably have to do another video once I remember the other part of that song and shit. Because I want to know when I first mentioned Bobby's name, because that's real important. Because for all I know, it could be a time frame. So that head wound in your Bible is a dickhead wound. And that head wound is the Hebrews. Like I said, you just got to know. Even Hebrew, H-E, head, H-E. And it has to be healed. But when you go back to the Garden of Eden, it said it was healed. It was a sword wound. A sword wound. Well, that's what happened in the Garden of Eden. When Adam and Eve was kicked out, that flaming sword was right there. And then it says, but the head wound gets healed because those people are born again and come back. Because that's what all that born again and all that stuff really mean. I was dead and I was lost. And it's talking about the Hebrews. But Christians will get in too. But here's the catch. They have to really be obeying Messiah. See, a lot of them really believe that. Hey, listen, as long as I got Jesus, I'm going to make mistakes, whatever. But it's okay, you know. Not really. It's the idea is he said you got to obey me. So you can't just dress any way you want to. You can't be bringing drama in your own family. You can't be doing all this disgusting stuff these people do. And who taught like a lot of these women to act like that? White supremacists, slave masters, slave owners. They taught them to hate their own men because they said these men will never rise up again. And then one, I forget who that, Willie Lynch said, oh, whoever Willie Lynch is, if he even existed. But either way, they said, we're going to keep these people down for 400 years. But they knew what they was doing. They knew that they were speaking the Bible. They were speaking Genesis 15. They said, how do we keep these people down for 15 years? And so they came up with the thing. Well, one of the things you do is turn their own women against them. But God said he was going to do that in Deuteronomy 28. So these women have gone, not all of them, but a lot of them have gone out their way to destroy the black male. If they had a son, they made him feel like garbage. That's why Biggie said, my Dukes ain't giving me shit. My Dukes ain't giving me shit. Because she was trained by white supremacy to hate her own kid. But it's sweet when you write, when you take your personality and put it into a character. Because how that motherfucker was thinking is the same. First, he loved his woman, which I would do. I would love my woman. He just wanted to be in a park. He just wanted paradise and shit. I don't want all this crazy ass shit. Then out of nowhere. And I never told you why those dudes came, what the beef was all about. It was just like, fuck it. Because that's how it was in the 90s and shit. I mean, when you go to the, whatever, you watch those movies or whatever, you don't even know why these motherfuckers are shooting at you and shit. Motherfuckers coming at you to kill you. And guess what I just saw in the doctor's office? I saw Boys in the Hood. It was in Vanity Fair magazine, and it had John Singleton with Ice Cube and Boys in the Hood. And that I saw the picture when the dude was running, and I guess they were Blood gang members, and they was in that red car, and that was the shot that killed him. And I felt so sad, cause that's how we felt in the movie when he got killed and shit. We was so sad and shit when they shot his ass. So you gotta understand what I'm trying to tell y'all. First off, Gabriel reminds me of why Bobby is significant and why Bobby's back home and why we have the same address. And that address is pertinent in the Bible because that's the destruction of Babylon the Great and white supremacy. And Dick's dead, but Dick was white, his father. And that's the Dick pain because that's their head wound that was cut off. Your people ain't going to grow no more. Your people have no place with me. And remember, it was an angel that grabbed Jacob's, what we say, if you got the correct translation, not his thigh, but that dick area, because it's through the dick that you have seed. In other words, your seed won't be blessed, your seed won't grow until it's out of place now. But it'll come a time when it's put back in place, and it'll grow again. And that's the time we're at now. So I'm real interested in that song. I don't know if I'm interested to go digging in the crates to find it though, but we'll get there sooner or later one day. But I did that. I think I did that whole song the other night. At least I thought I did. It was only the final part I didn't remember fully. But I want to know when I first mentioned Bobby's name. But apparently what it sounds like to me was Bobby was the first. Because I don't remember that, you know what I'm saying? This is 26 years ago. But it seemed like it was 4 of them that attacked him. He opened fire, but he definitely killed Bobby. And the other 3 was just stooping low. You know, they were hoping it was over. He was like, fuck that. He actually went up to the car and finished the job and shit. So you know this motherfucker ain't give a fuck. They picked, and then he wasn't done with that. Because he wanted revenge for Nadine. He felt like you took a woman I loved, and even though you did, she's still alive. Your woman is still alive. I'm taking her ass out. And this motherfucker was so used to that type of shit. Like he said, everywhere I go, the night ends in the type of blood flow. See, I was on my West Coast shit. Because it's the early 90s and shit. And this motherfucker, so when he see the cops, he just put his hood up. Like, fuck him. They ain't gonna identify me. And he ain't give a fuck. Like, he really didn't give a fuck. And instead of him laying low, he just killed 4 motherfuckers. Plus, he got his girl, so they gonna know something. He ain't thinking about none of that shit. He's just thinking about revenge. So he gets a phone or whatever, and calls the dude's girl up. That might have been the first time I said it. Bobby's in trouble or some shit. I don't know what the fuck this nigga did. And then she came with another female gangster bitch. So I already said what happened with that. But I'll be back. I'm probably going to have to dig in the crates and find that. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. Because I'm real curious as when the first time I mentioned Bobby in that song. But that's crazy. So that's what the Archangel did. So in my opinion, that's what those birds was doing here. And that was nice of God to clean out the gutter, because they definitely did a great job. They was working. I'm like, what the fuck is all this noise and shit? And then, like I said, when I looked out the back door, when I first came downstairs, all those birds was out front too. When I looked at the front door, all those birds was out front. And then I saw that dude walking the dog. So I don't know if that's a message against him. I don't know, because I want him up out of here. They done evicted these people. Let him be the next and shit. Only because he doesn't know how to have proper neighborhood etiquette and shit. And I don't have time to be messing with these damn Negroes. I'm getting too old for that shit. Get his ass up out of here. Since he can't respect the neighborhood he lives in. So that's it, y'all. But you best believe when I get the rest of those lyrics and shit, I'll be back. And again, they are copyrighted lyrics. Keep your hand off it. Don't nobody want them fucked up lyrics. Listen, man, fuck you. Motherfuckers say that shit still be on your shit, though. This is Gad, I'm out. Yeah, boy. And this is all about conference. Got a lot of videos coming doing what I do. It's still early in the morning. This is what it is. Anyway. Now, how I got to this video, I was listening because just a lot of shit going on. So, Bad Bobby, that chick, whatever her name is. So she said some stuff about the Nicki and the Cardi beef, and I was looking at the interview, and then this video came on next with Future. So I just saw Nicki real quick, and I had this part just made me laugh. So this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. When you got confidence, you got to be about your business. Now in the video, Nicki ain't thinking about that female. She ain't even see her. Cause you know how it is, you in a hotel and you see people working. You know, they doing their thing, you doing yours or whatever. But you ain't thinking about them people. So in the video, as you see, Nicki walking by, but the whole video started off with Nicki and she all up in the mirror and shit. So she got that confidence. And that's how it gotta be. When you go through life, you just gotta be about you. If you listen to my videos, the ones I'm saying, especially today on this channel, and I got another video coming on the other channel that should be loaded by now. Say 95%. It might even be loaded. It just didn't go to 1 yet. Anybody that knows about uploading videos, it got to go to 1. Like I say, 0 of 1, and then when it go 1 of 1, that means it's uploaded. So they still, for whatever reason, they still fucking with it. I don't know. You know how YouTube can be. So but it's about the load. So that one's about Venus retrograde, new moon, and all that. I say a lot of stuff on there too. But when you got that confidence, so what happens is, because I get that. I'm minding my own business, but people are just watching you. Because you move with a different move. You got confidence. And these motherfuckers, so they try to set you up. So that's what happened yesterday. Motherfuckers just trying to fuck with you and set you up and shit. So you got to let these motherfuckers know. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here for this kitty shit. They got to know you ain't about that. And people don't understand that. But that's why I said I'm not here for the silly shit. I'm not on YouTube for this goofy shit. My channel is for like people gonna get it, apply it, and also do something about it. Not just take and never get back. So I birth children every motherfucking day, and if they don't like it, fuck it, get off the channel. Like you somewhere benefit, never want to give nothing back or don't want to say thank you or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have confidence. That's why I did that. That's the purpose of this video. You gotta know that fuck these motherfuckers. They ain't never gonna be you. But I came here to help best I can. But I'm not nobody's sucker. And that's how that go. So when I saw this video, it was exactly what I'm talking about. Here you got her looking at Nicki, so she already studying her. You know, whatever female do. Whether it's hate, envy, lust, whatever she going through. It's the same thing. And men do the same thing. Sometimes men can be more female than females. So you see Nicki ain't even looking at her, mind her own business. She's going up there. Didn't really even see her. Walked out. She going to wherever she going. She dressed up. She ready to go. She ain't thinking about nobody else at that moment in time. But this chick is steady looking at her, though. And the funny thing is I didn't show you, but you got to watch the video and shit. Because she looked at Nicki and did some shit that was funny. Y'all might have already seen the video. So you got the video. You got the YouTube channel. And you know it's at 58 mark. So if you go from 58 to like 1 minute or 101, you're going to see what that lady do. The lady that looking at her. The lady that looking at Nicki. Because that's how it is. They studying your style. And they trying to steal so much from you. You say shit and they trying to say they made it up and shit. Like a lot of shit out here on YouTube is directly coming from me. From as long as I've been out here. But these motherfuckers act like they got the information, all that shit. No, you didn't. You got it from over here, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's not that bullshit. But they'll act like they didn't and shit. So what I'm saying is that was a high point as far as confidence. How you carry yourself, how you walk, how you believe in yourself. You gotta have confidence. I didn't say arrogance or nothing like that, but you gotta have confidence. And then everybody watching you. Everybody watching you, but they act like they not, and then they try to get your style and shit like that. But they should have been having their own style. You know? Because if you was gonna do what that lady did when she saw Nicki, you would have did it first, like early in the morning when you got up. But it took her to motivate you. So that's why I said you got to keep moving, and that's how you motivate. Now the video's loaded. It just went 1 of 1. So the video's up now on my channel, on the other channel. So this little one was about confidence. In other words, do you. And like I'm always going to tell you spiritual, because I know if it wasn't for my spiritual aspect, I would have been wiped out like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But I stay spiritual, so I'm going to stay prayed up. Like that. That's why I'm glad I'm not scheduled to do nothing for a couple of days, because I'm going to use that for spiritual. Get caught up with my own business, and I'm also going to do it just praying and working with God walking with God and doing shit like that. But you got to have that confidence. And one other thing, that's why I said, but the point right here is she's got it in herself. Most of y'all are looking for somebody else. Like the female to the right, see, she looking at Nikki for her confidence. You don't look at another motherfucker for your confidence. You get the confidence yourself. And like, what I'm trying to tell you is she got a lot to offer in the right, but she didn't use it until she saw Nikki. And then when she saw Nikki, you could tell it made her feel a certain way, whether it's jealousy, envy, lust, infatuation. Now she's trying to be like her. So when you can find your own confidence, then you ain't going to be always looking for love. Because see, like I said, I think love is overrated. And I'm a Leo. I still believe in love. I think love is beautiful. But love is overrated because I'm happy. I love myself. I'm happy. I'm getting shit done in my life that I couldn't get done if you had somebody else, especially if that person was an asshole. Because that shit's dead weight to me. So that's why I said, now, what do you bring into the table? Had somebody try to come through or whatever, but they came through on some bullshit. And then once I hit them with reality, they do the same thing everybody else do. They go on, you don't know where they at. But that's why I say, but these are the same pieces of shits that trying to tap into your energy. Because you help these people when they're down, but then they don't do the same for you. So that's why I said it is what it is. So first thing, you're going to get a reality check. Stop falling in love with somebody on YouTube. Stop falling in love with a voice and silly shit. You don't know me personally. I mean, I'm talking about everything, but obviously niggas ain't hearing. So you got to get more specific. Second off, okay, this is what's up. Like if you call a job and say, I would like to work for your company, they say, okay, well, this is how you come in for the interview. But then if you go, oh, but I don't have a car. Okay, well, how are you going to work for the company if you ain't got no car? So already you want some stupid shit. All right? And then if certain things cost certain things and you act like you ain't got no dough, then why are you calling me? Because if you think I'm paying for everything, you out your fucking mind. I don't even know you. So it's just silly shit you get from groupie motherfuckers. And you can't have that. Because all you're going to do is tear yourself down. Fuck them. If they ain't got nothing to get back, fuck them. Because bills got to be paid, lights got to be on. If somebody really want to get to know you, let them show. Because I gave you all the video where I used to do all that shit. Because I'm just a Leo. I got a lot of love in my heart. But on this planet, fuck these motherfuckers. Because what you see is love and just loving people. They see it as getting over and you stupid and all that shit. Even in a relationship, a motherfucker got to know from day one, oh no, I'm not that nigga. Yeah, I can be a nice guy, but that don't necessarily mean I'm going to be. Because every time I've been a nice guy, you bitches ain't respected. So you bitches ain't getting a nice guy no more. Now you getting me. I'm about that money. I'm in my Capricorn because the money you got to pay bills. That's why I'm about the money. Not that I'm materialistic, but to pay bills, I'm about paying these fucking bills. Shit's up. So if you calling me talking about let's meet or whatever, what you bringing to the fucking table? What, you think I'm looking for a prostitute? Well, let me tell you something. Why bring your ass all the way from a different city and shit to come see me when I can go right up to Ave and just get a fucking hooker? Because that's what you're acting like. You heard? So you got to be able to say that shit. And you got to be able to move on. And when niggas fall off, they wasn't about shit anyway. So you don't even got to shed a tear for these bitch ass niggas because they ain't shit. They trying to sap into your energy just like this broad is doing to Nikki in the video. Now, does that mean I'm big up in Nikki? No, I'm not big up in Nikki. I'm just telling you what's in the fucking video. Points are being made. But you can't put nobody down that's working and getting money because you got to pay your bills. Now, I'm not saying you got to get involved with the whole Illuminati and all that. That's your business. That's your business because it's your soul or whatever's going on. But what I am saying, like even if I always talk about Lil Wayne, very few people have done much to the culture of this music as Lil Wayne. And he doesn't get enough credit for that. But Lil Wayne been putting in that work. And he did go through that shit. That's why he said, see, he didn't have epilepsy. If you look at that Slim Shady Venom video, you see how those people get that thing and start shaking? That's what he had. That's when the spirits get in you. But that's what happens when you mess around with them, taking oaths and shit like that. So he had to fight and get all his way back, and T.I. was helping him. And that's one of the reasons why he was trying to stay away from Baby. And then, you know, on one of his more recent videos, he was talking about the Bible. And he took up for the Bible. And he was saying, my grandmother always had the Bible in the house. So now he's trying to, you know, get back. Craig Mack is another dude that got away from all that and tried to get away. That's why he ended up with Brother Stare overcoming ministry, because he was looking for deliverance. So, again, instead of gossiping on people, pray for them. But the purpose of this video was, you got to have your shit together. You got to be about that. Your bills got to be paid. Your shit got to be together. And if somebody's coming your way, they got to know straight up, oh no, You know, I believe in love just like you do, but if your definition of love is fucking my life up, well, let me say fuck you in advance. So you get hit with that reality check one way or another. It doesn't have to be that in your face, but right away, if you come in for love, then be about love. Don't come with that bullshit. Because see, at some point, in order for love to last, it gotta mature, and usually it don't. You have people dating, you have people jumping in bed, you have people with a lot of sex, but then they breaking up because they had no maturity. So if you are really about that love, then it's going to take a measure of maturity. That's why my ministry will not change. I'm going to keep preaching the way I've been preaching, doing what I've been doing. People don't like it, they don't have to like it. If my views go down, my views go down. If they don't no type of revenue come in, then no revenue come in. But I'm not gonna come out here with the silly shit because I am raising children, my nigga. And all I mean by that, even in your Bible they calling people children, but they talking about grown ass adults. I am raising children because some people will hear me and will do just like that lady did. She looked at Nikki, and when she saw what Nikki did, she tried to motivate herself. She was motivated. In other words, you know, if you want to make a difference, make a difference. Don't wait till somebody walks past you to try to sap that person's energy and drain that person or all that. You get up every day and say, how am I going to make a motherfucking difference? That's why when I come through that motherfucking door, as soon as I hit that login button, I'm making moves. And that's why one of my favorite songs is Cardi B, the lyrics of that shit. I'm making moves, and if you ain't doing this, I ain't fucking with you. Yeah, if you don't hear me calling you, I ain't fucking with you. I'm making moves. So when I go through, motherfuckers try to start some shit like they did yesterday, but I was in my grind for every last one of them. I had to shut the same motherfuckers I jumped up in their face before. They double teamed me one day. They just assholes. But I ain't mad. I'm used to it now. But at the same time, motherfucker, this can get real personal. Don't ever, when I tell you I have a doctor's appointment, don't you ever give me an assignment at if you know I'm leaving at 3, don't come up to me at 3:57 talking about, oh, I need you. Motherfucker, fuck you. You can get your fat ass beat, nigga. The fuck I look like to you? I just told you I got a doctor's appointment. That's like saying fuck my heart, fuck me. I take that shit very personal, nigga. Back the fuck up. When I say nigga, again, that's a general term for anybody. It could be a fucking dog. So, again, it's all about confidence, and my strength comes from God. Okay, so that's how I'm putting it down for anybody that is listening. And again, when you get that confidence, you're going to see people watching you, people trying to be you, and people whatever. But just keep doing you. And if you got God in that mix, if God is your primary source in that mix, you can't go wrong. And we all make mistakes, we all make wrong turns, but if you got God in that mix, you can't go wrong. Right, 7:57 a.m. 7:57 is Virginia, so I don't know. It might be some stuff coming in from Virginia. Who knows? Talking about my people. It's October 6, 2018. This is GAT. Been a little weird. Yesterday was real weird. This morning is always starting off on some weird shit. But it is what it is. You can't be a bitch-made individual. So this video is me going in like I always do, with more insight because I had a little rest. Yesterday was a really effed up day, and that day was just given to the devil to try their best to fuck with me. I felt horrible, went into work, and they set me up. So if you heard what happened, I don't know, but I'm gonna walk y'all through it. It is a funny part that I didn't get to tell y'all. The part is real funny. This is just me reflecting on a whole lot of shit. And I'm still going to, mention that whole twin flame, soulmate, twin soul stuff and all that. I saw a lot of stuff like double squirrels, double dogs, but I'm going to leave that out because I don't really feel like talking about that. I'm going to sum it all up on some real shit. So if you listen to me for a while and you know what's up, and if you just listening and it's just one of them things for you, you probably ain't going to get this video. I'm just letting you know. Maybe save you a little bit of time, nigga. Go brush your teeth. Clean your mouth out, nigga. Ha ha! On some LL shit, nigga. What, nigga? I'm pedigree, nigga, like Triple H. They try to level me, filled with hate. I might sing this. I might rap that rhyme. I've been rapping it. That's the metaphysical about that Bobby shit. If y'all heard that, because that shit is. See, something's about to pop off. That rhyme was given to me directly. I can't even tell you who gave it to me, but I didn't know back in 1992 when I wrote that shit. Yeah, it had to be because I was fucking around with Tammy. So that had to be like 92, 93 when I wrote that shit. Little did I know that that was given to me directly. And it's a gauge. But I'll say that for a different time. Because I'm still kind of tired, man. So like I said, so I'm set up. You know, I walk in, same thing I do every day. This is how wicked the devil is. For the moment I punch and I'm working, like literally almost the whole time, because I hate to just be standing there because it wastes time. Plus the way I was trained, if you want to clock, you always got to be doing something. That's just how I was trying. I was in many locations I was trained. So not that, like I said, I want to put things in perspective, and I'll get to all that too. But I'm just trying to let you know how it went down and how wicked the devil is. So I walk in, do like I always do, walk through the building, whatever you want to call it, walk through the store, whatever. And there's nothing out there. So, you know, you find stuff to do. This is what I've been doing. So this is like, it's nothing, no different than what I've been doing there. Now, one dude was in there, because like I said, you got to understand business. You'll have other stores send representatives into your store. And they kind of think they got some weight. And maybe they do kind of, but they really don't. So they'll be telling you shit too. Oh, well, I'm going to be here more now because we're not selling whatever we're supposed to. So he thinks he's going to come in and kind of run shit, you know. But like I said, that's why I did what I did. That's why I didn't want to work full time for anybody, because you get too caught up in the bullshit. And so I just try to do work part time, do what I do, flip it here, flip it there. Like, people appreciate you more when they don't see you. And it's like a woman. The more you try to show them loyalty, the more they fuck you over. This shit I'm saying is proven facts, nigga. I don't care if people don't like it. This is proven facts. Might be some exceptions, but as a general rule, that's just the way it is. A lot of times now, the color of your skin matters in this pathetic piece of shit planet. So other people may not understand what I'm saying, you know. All that shit matter. Like it might be a white guy to do a little bit of work and he's getting awards and getting the raises and a certificate. It might be a black motherfucker killing himself and he don't get shit, or he don't get nothing compared to what the other motherfucker get. This shit is all real, but then, you know, you're not supposed to talk about it. You're supposed to play this bitch ass game. But unfortunately, we're at the end of this game and we're not gonna keep on lying. So I know all that. So I just say, fuck it. I just go do me and get the fuck out. But I set my terms. Like, I let them know what I was working for when I came in. Certain things I can't do for medical reasons and shit like that. And I still end up doing that stuff anyway because I'm just a nice guy. But you're trying to set gauges on these motherfuckers. They're going to try to close you on like they did yesterday. So, like, when you really understand management, you know how to do certain things. Because that's how I was trained. Like, you don't wait till you get a big shipment in and all that, and now you're going haywire, and there ain't no room to put it and all that. But there ain't no room because when you had time to do it, you didn't do it. Y'all sitting around talking or some other shit. And that's why I say I stay. When you're full time, you're gonna get caught up in all that shit. Once again, I'm gonna be cleaning up somebody else's mess, because wherever I go, I'm cleaning up somebody else's mess. And somebody says, "Well, that says a lot about me." That says a lot about you. They might say. I don't know. I'm not here to debate with you or argue with you. Like I said, nigga like me, I really put that work in. I don't just run my fucking mouth. And I'm not a goddamn groupie on YouTube. I actually teach on YouTube. There's a difference. So I don't have time to argue with everybody. I come see, conquer, keep it moving. Then I'm out. And I'm a businessman, so I try to know the laws of the land. Like, motherfuckers owe me over $200. Now, I should have had my money on payday. Now we going into the second month of this bullshit. Maybe longer than 2 months. So I'm contacting everybody I can. And at sometimes, you know, it is what it is. But if you know astrology, like I know astrology right now, this is that period of time where we're going to be having problems with finances and shit like that. And delays and all that shit. The video that I did on Venus retrograde and all that will be loaded on Archangel Revelation. It's still loading now. So like I said, I'm minding my own business, and then, you know, dude always got to do it over the whatever the system, so everybody hears him. But he's like that with everybody. He just tried to be an asshole sometimes. So he asked me what I was doing or something. I answered him, and I guess he couldn't hear me. So he said it again. Then I said what I was doing. Then he said some. I don't really feel like going back over all that silly shit. But he said some other shit. Basically, what he was saying, just to get to the point, like, why ain't you doing what are you talking about? So I said, here we go with this bullshit. And I felt horrible yesterday. So, I just walked up to him because I know how he could be. So I walked up to him. I said, explain to me what you're talking about because I don't know what you're talking about. Because I'm not going to keep going back and forth on the communications because I think it's stupid. Like, I'm a grown-ass man, talk to my face instead of trying to make me look like an idiot in front of everybody when you know I bust my ass every time I walk through that fucking door. So why are we even talking about this conversation? Especially today when I don't feel like this bullshit. Simply. But, I wouldn't be there if it wasn't for him. So I'm trying, but I got a sarcastic personality. I got a very sarcastic personality, which is why I'm still alive. Because I'm not afraid to tell most people to go fuck themselves if necessary. And if I don't say it literally, you'll be how I do choose the words, but I'm still telling you the same thing. Go fuck yourself. Like you're really insignificant to me if you cross that line. So I'm just trying to see what this guy is talking about. What are you talking about? Why aren't you unloading the whatever? What are you talking about? Oh, it's in the back. And then that's why I said, okay. I said, and I bet this is what I said. I said, this is how this works. I come in, you let me know what needs to be done. I get it done. Because that's the way it's always been. So why is it any different than any other day I walk through the door? He says, no. You come in and you ask what needs to be done. I said, all right, well, that's what you want me to do. That's what I'll do. Because I actually said to the guy, I said, so every day I'm supposed to walk in and ask you, is there something in the back? Because what I'm trying to say, then why would you have it in the back? If we got to do it out here on the floor, why isn't it on the floor? Why would I walk in? There's no reason for me to go in the fucking back. Back is storage. Why the fuck would I be walking around in the back? Why do you come in every morning? You come in and you walk around in the back. Why are you in the back? Then of course you're a black guy. Oh, he's only going in the back because he's trying to steal something. So why the fuck would I just walk in the building and walk in the back for no fucking reason? So why would, if you know something needs to be done on the floor, why isn't it on the floor? So it's just stupid ass shit. So then I went on, got it, and began to do it. And it was a lot of shit, but I never complained. And I did it by myself. Most of the shit I do by myself and shit. I don't even be asking for help because I like to do shit and get it done. I don't like all that bullshit. So he eventually comes up. He always does because his conscience started bothering him. So he eventually came over and started helping on his own. But I didn't care. Plus, I'm really not supposed to be climbing ladders and shit and going up and back. But I just do it. I try to carry my load. But if I do feel any type of pain, because even yesterday I was like, I'm not gonna carry it. Because I did the other day. I spent the whole day carrying shit. Because they don't restock shit. Like they'll act like they do, but they don't. And I guess if the boss is the real boss, if he's there, he'll do it. But these motherfuckers don't want to do shit. And then they want to bitch when shit gets way behind like it was. And I'm like, listen, I'm not worrying about all this because I'm tired of killing myself. And then you're going to keep talking to me like I'm a piece of shit. So fuck you. And then I'm like, whatever. So then it's one of those days where everybody just keeps coming up to you. And one of those times I'm on this ladder and I'm trying to take this heavy box and balance it before it falls. And that's my biggest fear, this thing's gonna fall over and shit. Then some motherfucker's calling me, excuse me. Motherfucker, can't you see? Like, what the fuck? But it was that type of day, like every move you made, it was a motherfucker there and shit. Like, as soon as you turn, it's like a motherfucker right there and shit. Like, back the fuck up. Give me my fuck, what the fuck? So this dude's like, excuse me. I'm saying to myself, can't this dude see? I'm at the most dangerous part. You're high up on a fucking ladder. You're trying to balance this shit that's about to fall the fuck over. And this motherfucker talking about, excuse me. What the fuck are you talking about? Why don't you walk around and just find this shit? Am I the only one on the fucking floor that you got to come call a guy at the most dangerous position? And it didn't stop there. We'll get to the other part where I almost got run down. It was like one of those fucking days. So I could just feel the energy just fucking with you. I'm just getting angry. Like, just really angry and shit. So I finally get the thing where it needs to be. I come down. I just walk up to look at him. Yes, sir. Yeah. Oh, well, could you tell me where this is and where that is? So it was just one of those days and shit. So I'm doing some other shit somewhere else, and then some person comes, and they always got to have an attitude problem, and then they don't know what the fuck they talking about. So they give something to me that I ain't never seen before. Like when I first started, I said, listen, I'm not a technical person. I said I used to be a long time ago. I said, but now I'm not technical. So the guy said, okay, we'll train you and shit. I said, all right. But a lot of that new shit, I don't know what the fuck they talking about. So we had to find what this person was talking about. But she is funny though, because she is an old lady. She kept saying, "Oh, I shouldn't have came in here." I said, "Yes, you should have." She said, "Oh, she was just talking crazy," but she was persistent though. See, you got to be persistent. I respect you. If you could be getting on my last nerves, but I hate cowards and shit. I hate cowards. Don't tap out. If you really feel a certain way, stick with it. So she is persistent, and I tried to say to her, because it's her shit. Like, I hate when it's your shit and you don't know, and I'm supposed to know your shit. That's like me walking up to you with my shit and acting like you should know how. I don't know how your shit works. It's your shit. What type of wires do you use? Like, I don't know. What the fuck I look like to you? So I was like, okay, does this have to be opened up so we can see what you're talking about? I don't know you. Yeah. So I do the best I can and can't get it. So I report back to the same guy that's talking all that shit. And he don't want to be bothered either. But that old lady ain't give up. So she came back up to him, and then he was like, oh. Then he said to me, listen, this is how you do it. I said, what, do I need a screwdriver to open up? He said, no, you just do that. So he showed me. That's the first time I ever saw that. So then I said, okay, I'll go back. He said, no, I got it. So then he went back and got it, which he kind of should have did in the first place. But in all due respect, I'm not even mad at him, because he is a manager, and you want to send me back, I'll go back. It's just I didn't know what to do. I didn't know the motherfucker Pope. I never saw this shit before. I told you when I first started, nigga, I'm not a technical motherfucker. I don't know this new shit. Or newer shit, whatever. So, but it was just one of those days where everything was just going fucking wrong. So then the other guy shows up, and he's like, he's lower. He's still like a supervisor, but he's lower. And sometimes, it's just his personality. And like I said, when anything that's not medical, I'll do whatever you say. But when you're talking about my fucking health, I'll tell you quick to go fuck yourself. Like, you don't put me in a situation where you're fucking with my health, because then I take that personal. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to prove to you this is all devil inspired. But before we get there, so some other people came in, and they're talking, you get stuff like this. Oh, I got this, and I need a connector. I need a connector for this, and it plugs into like a hole in the wall. Now, how are we supposed to know what the fuck that is? So I'm not even a technical guy, really. So it's a black dude. He from the hood. So me and him got into it earlier this week, but it was kind of funny. I might get back to that later and shit. But like I said, you gotta understand, I love the dudes I work with. Every black dude I work with, I get along with. Shit, it's about 5 of us, but 4 of us just be over there cracking jokes and shit. Should be funny. And so anyway, this dude got mad at me because I was looking out for him though. He got in trouble again today because he don't be wanting to take his break and shit. So first I was looking out for him, because I'm like, I don't want the dude to pass out, because I know if I did that shit, I would pass the fuck out. But he think I'm trying to be, because the way I work, you think I'm trying to be a supervisor, impress somebody. But that's how I work. I'm my own boss, typically. I don't need you telling me what to move and clean, because once I learn what to do, I'm going to do it. That way I don't have to hear your fucking mouth and shit. And then if I do hear your mouth, I'm going to be going, I already did it. So like I did that day, the dude yesterday. I just sat there and asked him questions like, well, you're not making any sense. You're asking me to go do something that I don't see. What are you talking about? And why would it be in the back if we're supposed to be working on it on the floor? So I'm basically telling this guy, what type of management are you doing and shit? And I'm saying this to his face. Beating around the bush, but getting my point across and shit. Like, stop talking to me like you talk to these young ass kids. I'm a grown ass man. I probably could outwork you. I probably could run this motherfucker better than you if I wanted to. Because if you come in my store, you best believe the motherfucker's gonna be clean. I'm not trying to lose a dime out this motherfucker. I know what sales is. Still in training though, but I'm not with that silly shit. And I'm not gonna wait until you get a big ass load and now you piss the fuck off because your whole area is just filled with shit. But it's filled with shit because you should have been cleaning up when you had that open time. You should have had people back there putting shit. Like I said, that's how I was trained. That old school motherfucker. You want to clock, your ass is working. I remember one time they had me out there working with lye and shit and burnt my feet all up. Because whatever I had on didn't have, it had holes at the bottom or something. And so the lye got in and fucked my feet up. My feet still fucked up. Because you shouldn't have had no little kid working with no... It's a fast food restaurant. How the fuck did I go from burgers to fucking working out there with chemicals and shit? But that's how it was. You want a motherfucking clock, your ass is going to do it, bitch. Or go home and run like a motherfucking bitch. So you learn how to man the fuck up, nigga. That's why I'm still sitting here talking shit. You can say what the fuck you want about a nigga, but nigga been around, been a lot of places. I'm still here, motherfucker, so fuck you too. So you gotta have this crazy sense of humor because you fucking would literally go crazy. So anyway, so the dude didn't want to take his break and he got in trouble again. He got in trouble that day. And that's why I went up to him again. I said, crunch, crunch, the Brady Bunch. I said, you was about to punch me in my face. I said, but I said, see, you fucked your break up and shit. And so then he got in trouble again today, yesterday, because he didn't want to take his break again. And the manager was like, take your break and shit. He still ain't want to take it and shit. I used to be the same way though, but once you tell me, I don't do it. I used to think the same stupid ass shit. Or I'll wait till the end of the day, in the last half hour, I'll just go home early and shit. No, they don't think like that, my nigga. You gonna take that motherfucking break because it's all about money. They gotta see you logging in and logging out and shit. Some people might do it, but for accounting reasons, you gotta take that break and it's gotta be paperwork for their own protection. In fact, where I'm at, you gotta like every day you gotta log in. Like you gotta sign a paper, like it's electronical, but you still gotta say a break was offered to me and blah blah blah. You can't do that. So I was looking out for the little dude, but he was just, you know, he from the hood, so he ain't gonna be no bitch. And I don't blame him. Like I said, I don't blame nobody who stand up for themselves. So finally it was starting to get late that day. So I said to him, because I'm getting ready to take my breaks. I said, yo, when you taking your break, because I'm going to take mine. And I was trying to work it out with that motherfucker said, he said, man, I don't give a damn. He said, I don't give a damn when you take your break. I said, oh shit. I said, I know this motherfucker ain't pacing up and shit. Uh-oh, you know my township don't like your township. Anyway, nigga, don't make it sense. So I said, I know this nigga ain't pacing up. So I said, let's everything calm down. But I was laughing, but I'm still like, I know this nigga, I'm going to have to address this shit because this nigga done got hard on me and shit. So I had to explain to him, dig, I'm just looking out, nigga. We just look out. I said, where I'm from, we look out for each other. I said, one day that dude was in here and he needed some food. He was walking all crazy and shit. So I offered to give him a sandwich and shit. You know, that's how I get down. I said, I'm not that type of person and shit. Like that. So then when he understood why I did it, he was cool with it and shit. And then later on, they got in his ass for not taking a break. And then that's when I came up to him and said, crunch, crunch, the Brady Bunch. You about to punch me in my face. But now look. So I was cracking jokes on him because we always be cracking jokes and shit. So so when them people came in here talking about we need a wire and all that to connect to this, to connect to a hole in the wall, we don't even know what we're looking at. Like some like if you're used to that type of technology, you might know. But dudes like me, I'm not really with this modern technology. Plus, just because one connector connect here, it don't mean to connect to that. So you honestly don't know. And you do the best you can, but they had nothing to show and nothing like that. And I had shit to get done. Plus, I just didn't feel like being bothered. Like, bring something in that we could see. You know, just don't walk in on blah, blah, blah. The fuck does that mean? So I went to that same dude. I said, yo, man, you know anything about that? He said, yeah, a little bit. I said, all right. I said, take care of that and shit. So then I was still minding my business again somewhere else, and there was some problem somewhere else. And so he came on the communication, and he was like, yo. He asked me a question. I said, I don't know. I said somebody's a hole in the wall or some shit, because that's what they told me. And he said, that ain't helping me. I said, exactly and shit. So that's all I said. I stopped talking. I said, exactly. Like, what the fuck What the fuck they want me? A hole in the wall? What the fuck does that mean? What do we have? What the fuck are they talking about? And you didn't feel like being bothered, and he didn't feel like, because we was busy, like we had all this shit to do. Like what the fuck? At least give us some type of description of what the fuck you looking for. Don't just walk in here and be talking crazy and shit. So then when I walked past him, I looked at him to see if he was gonna go over there, and he looked at me, and I kept walking down the aisle and shit. He busted out laughing. As soon as he busted out laughing, I started laughing and shit, because we like, fuck that. Both of us ain't go back over there and shit. Like, we don't know what the fuck you talking about. And we got shit, we got real shit to do and shit. We understand where you coming from, but nigga, what's up? We looking for a wire that plugs into a hole in the wall, and like, what's the hole in it? Like, it sound like Alice in Wonderland and shit. What the fuck are you talking about and shit? And we all in the jungle trying to get all this shit stocked up and shit. We ain't got time for that shit. So that shit was funny. Like, some of them things you got to be there to understand it and shit. All right, so I finally made it through the day. Because I really tried to do the best for everybody, but that day wasn't my day. But one of the reasons why my blood level was probably so high, because all going up and down them ladders and shit, and carrying them heavy boxes and shit, which I'm not supposed to be doing. But so the dude that's like a manager in training or whatever the fuck he is, so he already knew what time I was. But this is the second time he's done this. So he's going to wait till the last 3 minutes and tell me to take some more stuff up the ladder. So I like, oh no. And like I said, it got real intense with him. But he don't really understand. Like, I don't play games. Like, once I get that angry, I'm not thinking about you. You could beat my ass. I could care less. But I'm still coming for you. Like, I don't play games like that. That's the way it's always been, probably will always be. Once you cross that line, nigga, you starting to look like steak to me. And I'm good with them slices and shit. But I ain't talking about knifing nobody up. I don't even got no knife. But I'm definitely about to step to this motherfucker. He kind of knew it. So he was trying to, like, toughen up and shit. But I was looking past him. Like, he wasn't even that important to me. The only thing I was looking at was him and the clock. Like, get out of my way, because you know I'm going to go to the clock. I'm out of here. Told you 3 o'clock. I got a doctor's appointment. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, all that silly shit. See, that's why I get shit done. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you about the devil. Whenever you let the motherfuckers in and come in with that devil shit, that's why I find out what needs to be done and get it done to keep the motherfuckers out. Because a lot of that shit only take a matter of minutes, but they walking around and talking and doing all this stupid shit because they all up in their egos and all kind of silly shit. And so another dude came in, that final black dude came in, and I didn't even look at him because I was just so mad. I was just mad. And plus, like I said, my blood pressure is probably real high. And he came and I heard his voice, but I never looked at him. I never acknowledged. I said hello, but I never acknowledged him. I just said, you go hello, but you don't look at somebody. Because all I was looking at was that clock to get the fuck up out of there. And then that other dude that started the whole thing, that wanted to be manager, then he was still staring at me and shit. I wasn't thinking. And then the moment I walked out, because I walked out rushing because of his fat ass. And the moment I walked out rushing, that's when that motherfucker was speeding through and almost hit me. That's the closest that shit ever came. And y'all might have heard how I responded, but I don't know. You might not have heard that video. So anyway, I was just looking. I was furious because the whole day motherfuckers was in my way for no apparent reason, coming out of nowhere, just fucking with me. You be walking down the aisle real fast. Excuse me. Some stupid ass questions and shit. Like really stupid ass questions and shit. Is this light green or dark green? What the fuck is green? What the fuck wrong with you? Green! And when they really fuck with me like that, I start fucking with them. I go, I think that's Pocolium. Yeah, that's a new color, Pocolium. It looks like Pocolium to me. So anyway, with the car, it was so close, and I just started going woo. I was going woo, woo, and I just went up to the car because I was on the passenger side. So I went up to the car and I just started yelling through them. I was like, close. That's all I kept saying. Cause like I said, trying to be careful of everything, because even though they're illegal, they'll try to blame that shit on me. Oh, yeah, you should watch where you were going, and next thing I know, I'm in trouble, even though this motherfucker speeding and almost took a life. But like I said, let's be honest, let's stop lying on each other. Let's stop lying. Okay, it's a black male, so nobody gives a fuck. But let that have been a little white girl. That whole plaza would have been in that motherfucker's ass, cause he's speeding. But when it's a black guy, oh well, he shouldn't watch where he was going. Yeah. But if it had been a little white girl and shit, they would have been. They probably would have come cops and everything on that motherfucker's ass. So then it was kind of funny, because a lot of times I say stuff like I'm not that bright or something like that. But see me, I do stuff. If you watch me, I do stuff for humility. There's a lot of stuff I do for discipline and practices. I'll take jobs that other people won't and shit like that. So this man kept scolding me. He said, never say you're not smart. He kept telling me that shit. It was funny. And he said it like over and over, and I had left and came back. He said, listen, never say you're not smart. You can learn. I was cracking up inside and shit. Then I was like, maybe I will stop saying it. Then I said, nah, I know I'm smart. That's why I said I'm stupid. You got to learn how to flip it. You got to have a little fun in life. That's what gets you through. Even my doctor can be extremely psychotic, but he can also be extremely funny and shit. And sometimes he can be extremely psychotic and funny at the same time. I know this because I've known that man since 1991. That's been my doctor. And I thank him because I'm alive because of him. And it makes me want to cry. So let me see, is there anywhere else I wanted to go with this? So, in review, unfortunately, as long as you're in an evil-ass world, things like that are going to happen. And as much as you want to do a great job every time, it's going to be difficult. And usually it's on your worst days when you feel like shit that the worst shit's going to happen. See, it's not like you wake up and you say, I'm ready for the world. Come on, you crazy people. Let's talk about that hole in the wall. Let's try to find out what shade of green that is. Let's do it together, people. Drive fast. Try to hit me. I'm quick. I'll get out of your way, sir. See, when you're ready for it, it usually doesn't happen. It's on them days when you can barely get out the fucking bed that all kind of hell breaks loose. But I thank God that I got out of there at the time I did. I thank God that I got everything I needed from my doctor. Thank God that He provided that I could have the means to get everything I got from my doctor. And I thank God that certain individuals I ain't got to see for a matter of days. So I'm going to use that time to pray and do some in-house shit. Get my mind right. Now, as far as the whole thing, astrology is saying that this person in my job is the one and stuff like that. Like, again, just so everybody understands, I got nothing against her at all. But we all know relationships are tough. And when you've been burned, maybe you want to go alone for a while. And nobody should fault you for that. Because I think the best thing a person can do for themselves is build yourself up. Learn how to be mature. Stop thinking somebody else is supposed to help you or save you or make you feel a certain way. Because that's how you leave yourself vulnerable. And most of you, even when you get that type of person, all you do is shit on them and get rid of them. So, that's the thing. Now, if it's meant for me and her to talk other than saying hello or whatever, it'll happen. And if it's not, then it won't. Like, what we did have was powerful and special. But like I said, when you're dealing with somebody that's been hurt over and over again, it'll fizz out quick because they don't want to be hurt no more. And on this planet, you're going to have scars. They say Jesus Christ was God in the flesh. Look how much pain He went through. You ain't coming to this planet without some type of pain. It comes with the territory. That's why all these fools out here running around on YouTube, worrying about twin flames and all that shit, they're trying to run away from reality. So when somebody tries to explain twin flames to them like I do, the real twin flames, They'd rather go to the fantasy world. They think you're going to be hugged up in love and burning and turning into fire and kissing and all kind of crazy shit. But we all know most of the time that doesn't happen. And even when we do find somebody that we're all hugged up and kissing and all, it's going to get ugly at some point. And when you're a romantic like me, you say, well, I'd rather not kiss. Didn't have the kiss turn into anger and anguish. So that's where I'm at now anyway in my life. I'm not saying I was always there, but that's where I'm at now. And it's one day at a time and just being thankful. As far as the supervisor, whatever happened, he had it coming. And I thank God, because like I said, I won't see that dude again till sometime next week. And hopefully he won't bring it up and I won't bring it up. And maybe in the future he'll know, don't wait till the last few minutes to tell me to do anything. Because he might get a surprise. But the only reason why I responded, because like I said, it was a medical situation. I got to get to my doctor's office. Because that was the first question my doctor asked me. He took my pulse. Why is your heart beating so fast? Okay, you have to understand. And plus, when he's prescribing medicine, because of that, he'll prescribe like more, which you may have to pay more. And plus, when he prescribes more medicine, you might not even need it, because that was just a one-time event. Because I had one piece of shit trying to get me to do some shit that I shouldn't have been doing anyway, and he wasted the last 3 minutes to tell me to do it, which causes a situation with him. And then I'm all mad going out the fucking building and almost get hit by a fucking car. Then I got to race around across town to get here. So of course my blood's gonna be up and my heart's gonna be up. Now let me see, is there anything else? So that's it. So I'll be bouncing around in and out. I'm out.